Hello and thank you for joining us on the hot seat. Tonight we host the Vihiga woman representative, Beatrice Adagala. Of course, she will share with us a lot about women leadership in this country and the future of women and the youth in politics. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sarah Mwangi. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for joining us on the show. How is the going?
The going is good, tough. We are trying to maneuver.
Why is it tough? That's a hard way to start.
It's tough in a way that we are living in the hard time of the pandemic.
Yes.
The COVID-19 is here with us. So it's a hard time for us as Kenyans and the whole world, yeah.
Yeah, true. Did you attend the prayer breakfast earlier?
Prayer breakfast, I remember yesterday I presented on TV yesterday. I was on KBC because we are a member of Bunge Fellowship. And today, because I had another program somewhere else, I was presenting at the University of Nairobi, so I had to be there. Yeah.
So you did your part yesterday?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And when you talk about Bunge Fellowship, what's that about? I mean, the Wananchi, I'm sure they don't know.
Yeah, Bunge Fellowship, we are a group of MPs and senators. We decided to form a Bunge Fellowship. It has been there all through. So I'm a member of that Bunge Fellowship. We do fellowship every Wednesdays in the morning. But COVID-19 made us to stop a bit. We do fellowship every Tuesday morning. We do prayers. We pray for the nation. We pray for our constituencies. We pray for the whole nation and the whole world. Yes.
You know, why I'm asking is because online there's a lot of backlash on why do we have prayer breakfasts and have corruption at the same time?
You know this is something, when you do prayers, you expose the ills in the society or any ill anywhere. It may take time. God's working. It's not in a bang. It's not pap. God works in his own ways. When the corrupt fellows are the ones who are exposed on TV, let's say he or she has been given a position to participate. Maybe he's been given a verse to read or pray. The word of God will work on him. God will work on him or her in a secret manner. Very soon you will see some of them come live and confessing that actually I've been corrupt and I've done away with that. I'm returning this that I had stolen. And for your information, there are several, with our prayers, there are several fellows who have been involved in corruption and they are returning these things.
So there is hope for Kenyans.
There is hope, and that's why the theme today was there is hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, keep hope alive. We hope for the best. Anyway, before we go so far, introduce yourself to our viewers tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Honorable Adagala Beatrice, Countwoman MP, Vihiga. I represent the women, the youth, people living with disability in the National Assembly here in Nairobi.
Great. And of course now, besides being the women rep for Vihiga, who is Beatrice besides the politics?
Yeah, besides politics, Beatrice is a mother, married to one husband, that's Wycliffe Agazva, Adagala. We are blessed with 3 sons who are all teenagers. That's Brian, Innocent, and Isaac. They are all grown up. Yeah, they're all grown up, and I'm expecting to have daughters and grandchildren.
So Brian and Tim, Mama has just said she's expecting, do the thing.
Yeah.
So let's just start your story from how was you growing up? Where did you grow up? How was your childhood basically?
Well, I grew up in a very small, humble family. My father was a teacher, retired now, and mom a housewife. So we grew up in the village, in a small village in Hamisi, Gisambai ward called Jepsesi. I went to a village school, Gamoi Primary. Then high school, I went to Mdavadi Girls. That time it was called Mazu. Then from there I went to college, uh, Kenya Institute of Management. From Kenya Institute
Before we get there, were you the only child? Did you have
Um,
siblings? How was the relationship?
okay. We are in a family. I'm from a polygamous family. My father had two wives. My first mother had two girls. Then my mother, we are three boys and one girl. So
how was childhood?
my childhood, I grew up as the only girl in these boys. So I was so much into boys. Like my father used to overprotect me, being the only girl of my mother. Protection, you are protected, fatherly love towards their daughters. So I would say I was somehow a spoiled girl, because my father, anything that my mother would want me to do, my father would protect and say, no, unasumbua mtoto. Unasumbua mtoto. And even up to now, as old as I am, he still looks at me as a mtoto.
Even today?
Even now.
You're leading the people
Wherever
of
I go
Vihiga.
there, he talks and says, mtoto. Mama, mtoto ameingia.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've remained the mtoto, and here I am.
Yeah, that's nice. So
And also in my house right now, I'm the only girl in boys.
Yeah, you have three sons.
Yes.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
How is it raising just sons?
Okay, it's because it's something I'm used to right from home. I grew up in boys, and in my house also, I'm just in men. So it gets like my husband feels like he could have gotten at least a girl, but God gave us the grace. We have some orphans girls that we have been staying with. We've taken them through school. They're done with the university. Some are married now.
Great.
Yes.
So now you now join campus at some point.
Yes,
after high school.
Nairobi University. Then I was employed with
What did you study at the university?
international relations and diplomacy. Then I've done a diploma in marketing management at the Kenya Institute of Management.
Okay.
Yes.
So while at the university, now that you're in politics, were you part of the university leadership? Was it a thing you always wanted to do, or was it by accident?
Okay, I've been in several leadership positions, even when I got employed at Kenya Post and Telecommunication. I have been a manager there. I was leading several departments, which I can't explain here because we'll take a whole year as I explain all the departments I've been leading.
Yeah.
Then from there, I have been doing a manager of my own, running my own businesses. In church, we are church elders. So it's something that I didn't just start yesterday.
So leadership has been in you for quite a while.
Quite a while.
All right. So now you left university after, of course, your studies. How was it now transitioning from university to work? Like, did you hustle like what people are going through now, or was it easier for you?
Okay, it wasn't all that easy. It took me a while. I had to hustle. After that, I taught in a high school. It's a village school there, Adagala. I taught there for some time. Then I left for Nairobi. I came to hustle here. We could even eat airbags here in Uhuru Park. You go to an office, you are told, come tomorrow. I hustled a little bit.
So you've had an experience of
yes,
airbags.
Yes,
the rest of us.
We had airbaggers here at Uhuru Park, and you could even live there with a toothpick in your. Somebody may think that you have eaten when you have not.
Consuming airbaggers.
So from there is when I was employed at it used to be called the Kenya Post and Telecommunication, and I was taken to Kakamega. Okay. By those days they were called regions. I was taken to Kakamega. I stayed there for a short while. I was sent to Bungoma. Then Bungoma, back to Maragoli. post office.
So pretty much you're in the Western
Yeah,
region.
yeah.
Then back to Nairobi.
And back to Nairobi.
All right. So that sounds a very corporate person in a way. How then did you decide that you will get into politics in 2017? Were you involved in politics before?
Well, let me tell you, even in the home, there is politics.
Yes.
As you grow up, and the way I grew up in boys, we could struggle,
To find
maybe
your
debate
way.
in the home, and I wanted to show them I'm also there, because they should not look at me, msichana ni weak.
Yeah.
So I used also we used to debate in the home. I could say that our debates, in fact, used to be mother is better than father, or a girl is better than a boy.
Yeah.
So we could argue arguments there. And siasa, why have you done this? I could tell my brothers, maybe they have left a plate on the table. Why have you done this? Do this,
Yeah.
There you start that
The
argument.
build up.
Build up, and then you could start now thinking, now I look like somebody who can go somewhere, debate, talk to people. Actually, leadership is just in right from down there. Down there, it's not something that you just go in with a bang, no. You start cultivating as you grow up.
Okay.
You cultivate slowly. Like you, the way I look at you, you're going to become one,
So,
because you look like one.
thank you very much. 2027, here I come.
Yes.
Or 2022.
You're welcome. You're
Yes.
welcome.
Yeah, so now, at what point now did you decide, fine, I'm in leadership, but specifically, I want to get into politics?
Okay, you see, we came to, I used to support other people. By then, when you're working, you are not supposed to be actively in politics.
Yes.
But we could do it grassroots.
Yes.
On the grassroots level, you tell the people, now this is where we're going. So it came around 2010 when we had the change of the new constitution. And that in that one the women seat came about, somebody who should represent the women.
Yes.
In the National Assembly.
Yeah.
Who could represent them, PWDs and so forth. So in the process, I decided to leave work and venture into politics in the elections of 2013. And by then, I was running a business, and that business was beautifying women. You call it a boutique, some kind of, So they could come as they buy, using my marketing skills. I talked to them, and they started telling me, the women seat, you look like somebody who can go and represent us. You are capable.
Yeah.
So we could sit with some of the former, they were called the councillors. We sit with them in that place. They come, we have lunch with them, because it's right in town in Mbale. Mbale is the main center for Vihiga County. So we could discuss until I saw them, all of them coming. So many of them, others, as they come to buy, they say, no, I think you should go and represent us at the main Parliament of Kenya as our county woman MP. I told them, do you think I'll manage? They said, no, you look like. And because by that time also, I was doing some charity work, because of I was going around advocating for girl child, the village problems that the girls encounter, the women. I used to go there, this place, things called jiggers. We used to have several people infected with them. So I could go for jigger eradication. Sometimes you could be called, there is a woman suffering somewhere, a widow who doesn't have a house. I could tell them, but there is the area MP, they say, no, a woman understands women better. So I could go there I get a few friends, we raise some little money, we buy iron sheets, we go do construct houses for them. I was involved so much in charitable things, using personal resources, yeah.
Okay.
And then they, actually that one triggered me, because wherever I could walk, they now started calling me Senator. Now I was telling them, now Senator, how? They started calling me Senator. So, okay, when we got somewhere, I looked at it and said, no, these people, they are now too much into me going for an elective seat. So I told them, now I'm not going for the senatorial seat at this moment. That was 2013. I'm going for the county woman MP. And then I called her name Mama County. So wherever I could walk, they could see me say, hey, Mama County has come. Mama County amekuja kutoa watu jigas. Mama County has come to do 1, 2, 3. I could even look for some old ladies who could not even afford to buy seeds for the local vegetables. I buy for them, I supply for them to plant and so forth.
Okay.
So that motivated me so much to work for the people. Then I've told you about the rape cases.
Yes.
I was like an activist. I started developing that. So those kind of things, the women issues, the girls, and even the young boys, by the way. The boys are being left behind, but they also suffer. They suffer some kind of gender-based violence. So from there is when I came up. People propelled me, but 2013 I couldn't make it.
How do you describe the 2013 experience, being a first-timer? And trying out also in politics?
It is not easy. And keeping in mind it's a county, you are traversing several constituencies.
Yeah.
Like in the case of Vihiga, we have 5 and 25 wards. So you traverse all that. One thing, you need funds. 2, you need to pray, God to give you the grace and the favor, because traversing a county is not an easy thing. 3, sometimes we could get somewhere, the men are telling the women, you have the women's seat. So they just want the women to go for the women's seat and not to go for this other seat. At that time, maybe you are not prepared because you've never run for...
So were you running for women rep or for Senate in 2013?
Women rep seat, yes. So it became difficult. But I want to thank God, I traversed, I managed to get some votes, but we used a party that my party leader, His Excellency Salem Davadi, we had it just for around 6 months or 8. We didn't have enough structures. So ODM had established, we had left ODM to UDF.
Yeah.
So ODM had the
power
and also the manpower, because the structures were there. So the votes, there was some mischief somewhere, but I said, no, I'm born again, I'm a Christian. Let me not go to court arguing about there is tomorrow.
That's true.
As Christians, we have hope.
Yeah, there is tomorrow.
There is
and
tomorrow.
Tomorrow became now 2017. So how was the 2017 different from 2013?
Okay, it wasn't easy. Once you run, and I was just in the county. So you could go somewhere, people are still calling you Mama County. Another expecting, and even to some areas, they knew I'm the elected person.
Oh, wow.
But there was somebody else.
Yeah.
So I kept, from that time I didn't stop. I continued. It was just like working up to 2017. So 2017, the financial aspect. The financial aspect, you need money. You need, even if you don't, it may not be for bribes and what, but money for, if you have a car, you have to fuel. You need people to plan for you. you need to plan. If you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of meetings. We had to talk to people. Actually, the main thing, finances.
Finance was the
Yes.
biggest challenge.
Yes. Yeah.
But somehow you managed. This time
Yes.
you were on.
Okay. I got relatives. We got relatives out in the diaspora who could chip in. Friends raise funds. Family, but you must have your own first. You must, as a family, you have to have your money.
Yeah.
Don't you ever think that the party will do anything for you. When you are running, have your plans properly. If you're thinking the party will give you funds for campaign, my dear sister, you will be disappointed.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. And even some people may promise you before you start. But once you start and they are seeing that you are in it, you will not see them.
Wow.
Those are the challenges.
So with all that financial pressure that comes with it, is politics friendly to the youth?
Yes. Yeah. I'll even tell the youth to come up. How many youthful MPs do we have in this parliament here? We have youth like Babu Wino, the other youth who was campaigning on foot until His Excellency bought for him from Meru,
yes.
and until His Excellency bought for him a vehicle. We have several youth. And even in the National Assembly, we have, in the Senate, we have youth like Icheben, although she's nominated. We have so many youth.
So, because what scares most young people to get into politics is the money.
Let them not fear. I'll encourage young people to come out. And let them not just sit pretty and say that maybe to work for the party that they'll be nominated. No. I'm encouraging youth, young ladies and young men. You know, when we were growing up, they used to say, tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow. Now, the youth are the leaders of today. And I'll encourage them as my sons and daughters to come up.
And go for this seat.
To come up and go for these seats.
Okay.
And even we can have a youth who should go for the presidential seat.
Yeah.
Let them not just sit and think that they can only go for MCA, sub-county MP or women MP or senator. No. Let them go for the gubernatorial seat. All of them. And even the ladies. The ladies, in fact, are the ones I will talk so much about it. I want to see so many ladies going for higher positions. Yeah.
All right. So, of course, at this time you joined ANC. Maybe it was also an easier way out because the party had now bigger numbers, like they did a lot of groundwork. But what's the place of women in political parties?
Okay, I'll talk about my party, which is Aman National Congress.
Yes.
Aman National Congress is a democratic party. Why do I say it's a democratic party? Do you know the ED, the executive director of the party, is a woman? The chair of disputes resolution is a woman, and many others. Like I'm the national chair of the Women League. ANC as a party, our party leader is so democratic, he's put women and youth in front. And if you look at those people who are now marketing the party and his presidential bid are the youth and the women.
So what if indeed we have women, and of course most of them are in the Youth League and Women League departments, why is it that except for NAC, Kenya, there's no other major party that has a woman leader?
There is Karua, Martha Karua.
That's why I said except for Lak Kenya.
And there is Ngilu. Ngilu, yes. You have forgotten?
She has a party.
Yes,
Forgotten.
she has. She has. And even you can see now the three arms of government. You have the executive led by a man, parliament led by a man, and now the judiciary led by a woman.
Yes.
And a chain of them.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And
there's hope for women.
There's hope for women. And we are moving. We are moving.
We're moving.
We
Should
are
we tell
moving.
them that 2022, the numbers of women go higher?
That is our hope. As the theme of the prayer day today, it's our hope. We are certain and we want to ensure, or we want to pray, at least all the constituencies. The minimum women we can have on single constituencies, it's our prayer they should be over 100.
What is it you're doing as KEWOPA, this is the Kenya Women Parliamentarians, to ensure that you bring in more women into politics to across the houses?
At the moment, I'm even in the KEWOPA executive. We are doing, we are conducting meetings in counties. There are several counties that we have donors who are supporting. We are going round in counties, talking to women, empowering them, talking to them, so that they come out in large numbers, they vie. We have the UN women are ready to support women who are going to vie, materially and financially. We have other organizations like NDI. We have this other one. There's another Oslo, they're there. We have partnered with them as KEWOPA, and they are willing to assist us, to assist the women who will be vying in the coming general elections.
All right.
Yes.
That sounds like a promising, something promising for women basically to get into politics. But now, having done 4 years of your term, how do you describe the experience?
The experience has been good and tough.
What has been tough? The good, maybe there's a good salary, there's allowance. That we shall assume is good. But what is that?
You don't say that one may not be good. What is good?
Yes.
I would say what is good, at least we've empowered the women.
Yes, yes.
We have empowered the groups. We've empowered them financially. We've empowered them to do their table banking. We have empowered in several ways. Like even groups have gotten heifers, they have gotten incubators, they have gotten so many things that can help them, steer them. And the way I've told you, we are living under hardship area because of the pandemic. We need, our economy went down. And most of the businesses collapsed. Most of industries have closed. So we need to revamp our economy. So I would say, let's say in Kiswahili, furaha yangu, nimesaidia several women groups, youth groups, people living with disability, widows. At least we have empowered those groups that are coming up with their small businesses in the village. The challenge here is the women, and especially the 47, are not funded adequately. Constituency MPs, you see, CDF, they are funded almost 130 million. The county women MPs, they are given per constituency 5 million. And that is each subdivided on several vote heads. Now you find that money is not enough. The way I've told you, majority of the people in the villages are women, widows, children who are orphans, PWDs. You'll find other leaders, wherever they go to them, they tell them, you know, it's the woman, the woman rep who understands issues of women.
Yeah.
They channel everything to us. These are the challenges that you are facing. We have not enough funds. That's the big challenge. Keeping in mind, the area is big also.
Yeah.
Like some counties, you have almost around 60 wards. So when you are in Ward 1, the other, the 59 ward, they are saying that they don't see you. Well, maybe small counties like Lamu, Vihiga they do also, but we have 25 wards. I can be in Luanda South, like today. Okay, let me tell you, like yesterday I was in Northeast Bonyore before I came to Nairobi here.
Yeah.
But you'll find somebody else in Ijebkoyai saying that we don't see the women rep. But you have to balance. Like in my case, I'll put programs for every ward. So when I go to this ward, the next time I go home is this ward, like that. I have to balance between the wards, parliament here, and the family.
Okay. So there's been an issue with most people not getting exactly what women reps do, and an argument saying, then if we have an MP, we have an MCA, we have a governor, why do we need to add a woman to sort women issues? It now becomes a gender war.
I'm telling you, men don't understand women issues, I'm telling you. Like these cases I'm telling you about, rape cases. It's a mother who will follow to the latter. Challenges of girls. This week I'm seeing menstrual day or some kind of, who will understand when a girl needs sanitary pads, a girl needs 1, 2, 3, who will understand? Like right now, COVID has made these girls to stay at home for so long without going to school. Who will mentor them? Who will call them to be in one place and talk to them and say them, this is a mentorship program for the school-going children? It's the woman.
Yes.
A woman knows a lot about the home setting and the family.
So now with the challenge of financing the woman rep, I mean, this is 4 years now in as a woman.
Yes.
What is it that women have done so that the funding goes higher, so that then our problems at the grassroots are sorted?
Okay, we tried to talk to the head of state so that the budget can be raised a little bit. But even you can even see how the economy is. Now how do you raise? How do you raise now? And the economy is a bit down. It has actually gone down because of the pandemic.
But our corruption
But-
doesn't go down. The economy is doing badly, but corruption.
I knew you were coming to that.
Yeah.
Corruption is there, yes, but it has to be worked on to be stopped. That's why we have the DCI, that's why we have the anti-corruption, and that's why we have the courts. And it's a woman who is now the president of the judiciary.
So we keep our hopes alive that
Let us,
judiciary
yes,
this time gets serious.
things are going to change. Just let's wait for a short while and you'll see things change.
So the whole idea of having Justice Mother Koome as our CJ, what's your reaction to that?
To me as a woman, I'm happy. I'm happy to see a woman at the helm there. It's an encouragement to the girl child. It's an encouragement to the women that women can. It's an encouragement. You know, there are some societies that have been having that negative attitude that they should not take their girls to school. Once they go to school, what next? They'll get married. That one is now coming up to show that women can, and women can head this nation.
Something else that has been happening besides COVID is that when COVID happened, then cases of GBV went up. What is it that, as women reps, perhaps as a whole, that you've been doing to try and help sensitize or send a message to the people causing the violence?
Okay, in our fund we have the civic education. So since the government or the WHO protocols doesn't allow people to be many in a place, we use that little fund to have small groups. Like you have you go in a sublocation, you get school-going girls, you sit with them, talk to them, you mentor them. The same to women and the boys. We are meeting in small groups, mentoring them, talking to them, telling them, even some of them, on how to go about businesses. That's when you hear us women reps, we are always in the village. That's what we do. We ensure that we teach even boys to take young girls as their sisters and brothers, so that they live comfortably. We don't have to have a lot of rape cases, gender-based violence. We do a lot of teaching.
Okay. In relation to COVID also, I think as we speak, we've only vaccinated about 1.3 Kenyans as we speak. Do you think we're doing okay?
Okay. Vaccination issue, some of us have been vaccinated, the first vaccine. Other, we are still waiting for the second. I was inquiring, in fact today I've just been inquiring. They are saying from the second week of June, the second dose will start. But here's our prayer as MPs, as leaders, is our prayer that the country may get enough vaccine to ensure that everybody is vaccinated.
All right. And as we come to a conclusion, what's the future, your future in politics? What's the plan?
My future in politics, and especially since this one is now, the first term is ending, it's my prayer that I go into the next, it's mostly known by people in the villages, Tano Tena.
Yes.
And then after that, God willing, if he will be alive, maybe you never know. After Mudavadi has finished his 10 years as the fifth president of the republic, you never know. I may be the sixth president of this country.
Oh, girl.
Or I may go for the gubernatorial seat. Yes.
Okay, I like that. And in determination of whether you go for which positions, if I know there's a court case on BBI, and of course it's like we've stopped and we're waiting. If it sails through, will you still go for the MP seat?
Well, if BBI goes through, well and good, I'll be the women's senator. I'll go for the women's senator seat. If it doesn't, I'll remain the women rep seat.
Okay.
It depends whichever way it goes. Yes.
All right. Your final message to the people of Vihiga and our viewers in general.
Okay. The people of Vihiga, I want to say thank you for the 4 years that you have gone with you. You are now going to the 5th year and the term is ending. I want to tell the people of Vihiga, we have walked the journey. I've tried to empower several groups and we are still empowering. And I'm still asking the people of Vihiga, we continue this good work. When you go for the elections come next year, they vote me in again for the next 5 years, and we continue with our work. And in Kenya as general, I want to say that our people, as we go to the elections, let us shun election violence. Let us elect our leaders in a peaceful manner, so that we steer Kenya in the next coming 5 or 10 years to come. And I would want to tell the people of Kenya, let us go for a leader who is ready to steer the economy of this country into the next level.
Wow, thank you very much. I think that's a nice place to end it. as we prepare for the next general election. Thank you so much for joining us on the hot seat tonight. And we appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll see you next Sunday, same time. This is the hot seat.